Our streets! 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 One big king!
Can you all hear me? I do not know what to say today. Cork City has never ever in its history seen a crowd of patriots so big. I'm absolutely blown away. The government think that the people are on their side. This definitely says that you're not. 100%. I want to thank you all for coming from all corners of Ireland, north and south. And I even met a guy who came back from Switzerland today to be here. So, but there's one lady that inspired me the other day. I just bumped into her there. I don't know her last name, but Mercy probably know her. Her name is Teresa. She's from Trimna. This is the woman who stood up for her Christianity and infiltrated an Holy Testament and prayed the Rosary. She is an inspiration, an absolute creation. She is down here with us today. And this is what I want to speak about, is our Christianity, our values. God must be setting the hearts of the Irish on fire this week. With people like Teresa stepping up, we have Enoch Burke, who showed absolute courage in the face of adversity. This is the Christian fire that we need to get this country out of the absolute hellhole we're in at the moment. Because without it, we are not going to make it. We've had a week where the Irish are being dehumanised. Yes. And as some of you know, it's step 4 or 5 on the way to a genocide. We need the faith of our forefathers who stood up against Vikings, the Normans, the English, and even at the tip of a sword would not bend the knee, would not give up their faith. This is the kind of courage that we need to get us out of the situation we're in right now. With the past 1500 years, Christianity, brought here to the shores by St. Patrick, has been ingrained in our DNA. So much so that if we were to lose our Christianity, I believe we wouldn't be Irish anymore. And this certainly would not be Ireland. But unfortunately, back in the late 80s, the sex abuse scandals rocked the church and millions fled. They dropped the armour of God and took off in shame. I want to talk about that just for a second. I know I have a few minutes here. But I want you to check out a book called Infiltration, the plot to destroy the church from within, by a guy called Dr. Taylor Marshall. The paedophile phenomenon in the Catholic Church was brought in by the cabal 200 years ago, and by the cabal you all know what I'm talking about. Luciferians, Jewish groups, Freemasons, and now Islamists have been put in to take down our church. In the Gospel, Luke's Gospel, 16:18. Oh, sorry, I got mixed up. Matthew 16:18, forgive me. When Christ said to Peter, "On this rock I shall build my church, and the gates of hell will never prevail against it." I want to send this message to the government who are trying to destroy our faith, who are trying to indoctrinate all our children with Islam, transgenderism and communism, all known enemies of Christ. You will fail. It is written, you will fail. Our kids don't need to be indoctrinated in false teachings of any religion, because we have the truth here. I won't get this one mixed up. John 14. Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. Nobody comes to the Father except through me. He didn't say no one comes to the Father except through me, Muhammad, Buddha, elephant-headed guy from India, Stalin, only through him. Every other ideology is false. So you can tell your kids the next time you're told to go to a mosque and listen to that midget Al-Qadri, it is heresy, it is apostasy. Do not send your kids. I also want to give Andy Kwok a mention. I presume you're here today. Andy Kwok may or may not know the significance of when he chose to cover the country in the green, white and gold, the spiritual significance of it. He stumbled upon something amazing because our flag, the Irish flag, means peace and unity between Catholics and Protestants. Right? And we all have a great history. We have them, right? But believe me, we have a worse enemy coming, and the gates of hell are getting very, very close. So we need to come together. Now, I'm going to end this with a prophecy from St. Patrick as he was fasting on a mountain 1500 years ago. One of the prophecies was that Ireland would never fall to barbarians. You can go check that out. This is the man who brought our Christian faith to us. You can trust him. The next one he said, this is after, sometime after he died, it was prophesied that the light of Christianity would cover Ireland for a long, long time. But then it would dim. It would dim. I think we're in these dim days now, the dimming of the faith. But then he said, little shards of sunlight would break through the clouds and eventually cover the land. And that is to signify the comeback of Christianity all over Ireland, and that it will remain here until the end of time. So look lads, it's like this, right? Believe in us, believe in our culture, believe in our faith. Go back to mass, get back to the church, start praying, become proper Christians again. God save Ireland!
Wow, where'd you go from there? Tell me about free lads. So next we have Anthony Casey, who's going to speak about the patrols across the country from Shane Adina.
Dean Richard Cardia. This is Mr. Anton O'Carsey. I'm here to talk about something very important that's been growing across the movement right now. It's called Shane Adina. It's a grassroots movement, it's non-political. But if you don't know what it is, the boys in blue that are here certainly know what it is, and so does the state. And they're afraid of it, because Irish men and women are coming together. They're afraid. They're sick and tired of being afraid in their own towns. We are 600 strong at the moment, and it's growing more. But 600 is not enough. We need to make sure that we stand up for our communities and not be afraid of the propaganda out there against us. Shane Adina is the unification of brave Irish people. It's the concerned grandparent, the worried mother and the angry father that are tired of people roaming our streets and the crimes going through the roof. This is something that ERA cannot allow. So if you want to get involved with something, look for the people with the brown arm badges today and grab one yourself and join your community group and get involved in the patrols. Shane Adina is not a slogan, it's a call to action. It's a promise that the next generations will not lose their safety and affordability in this country. And I make a vow today that when our grandkids are sitting on our laps in 20, 30 years' time, that they'll not ask where we sat as Ireland got destroyed. We can tell them that we stood up, when the Irish men and women of this country stood up for their faith, and we reclaimed our motherland. Shimmy Medina, and the bar. Thanks very much.
Well, thank you for that, Anthony. Well, I've a woman now here who's going to blow it out of the water. One of my very good friends, Ciara Manning from Kells. Take your time.
Hi, how are you? I'm one of the organisers of Kells Says No. I'm also guilty of interviewing that migrant, the gay migrant up in Letterkenny the other week. You know the one that left his wife and 2 kids at home? That gay, sorry, he's bisexual. He's bisexual. Yeah, that was me. Lads, the country is in a very bad state. We are being invaded. We are being taken over. We are being replaced. But we have been underestimated. Big time. They have no idea. Look at all of this. They have no idea what is coming. This woman got mentioned already by Tommy, but I mentioned her again. Teresa Burke, you're an absolute legend. Her routine was a little bit different yesterday morning. For the first time at last, she put a hijab on and she snuck into Grove Park and she stood in front of hundreds of Muslim men and she said a Hail Mary and she was kicked out of there for doing that. We're all behind the tree, but fair play to you. The government are playing games with us, okay? I have 2 little games, right? The first one is join the dots. Everything is connected. Right back to when they looked into your house 5 years ago and told you were going to die from a runny nose. It's all connected. The next one is whack-a-mole. Remember that game with the hammer? And you whack one down and another one appears. That's what they're doing with our communities at the minute. One community gets rid of an iPad centre and another one pops up somewhere else. But we're all going to start playing that game back, right? So what we're going to do, right? We're going to get a hammer, just a little one, and we're all going to get behind that one hammer. And when we knock that government down, they will not be getting back up, let me tell you. Lastly, I just want to repeat something I said over in Trill a couple of weeks ago. I'm sure this will be on a big screen in the Dawn on Monday morning, so I hope they're listening. We are not going to stop. We're going to get bigger, better, stronger, and wider. This is only a warm-up, lads. We're only getting started, okay? We haven't even taken the gloves off yet. So then they start packing away their offices because their days in Dáil are numbered.
Well, that's our Ciara from Kells, ladies and gentlemen. She's a powerhouse, that one. Well, I have another very good friend of mine, an absolute true legend. I don't even need the phone to introduce this legend. He is unbelievable up and down the country. Fergus Power.
Hey lads, I just want to speak today about this little girl on this board. Her name is Ava O'Brien. Some of you might know her name already. I've been campaigning for her for the last 2 years to try and get justice for her. She was 13, totally fit and healthy, not a bother on her, a brilliant Irish dancer, a phenomenal artist and a gorgeous child. And in her own father's words, she was murdered by Pfizer and it was sanctioned by the Irish state. Right? You see that? We're doing a Euro. See that? Coercive. Yeah, say justice for Labour! Justice for Labour! Justice for Labour! Justice for Labour! Like, just any mother or father, grandmother or father out there, just think about it. When you bring a child into the world, all the worry, all the time you spend looking after them, the nights you stay up making sure they're alright, nursing through sickness and health. And then one day someone... Sorry. Right, so this girl was coerced. She was the last person in her class to take that job, that fucking poison, excuse me for cursing, but I will about it. Right. 23,000 excess mortality in this country, lads, since they rolled out with that job. And they're all responsible for it. And I want to see every one of them involved in it, from top to bottom, including them fucking scumbags and that doll getting taken down with it.
It's mass genocide!
The only thing that's going to sort this, lads, for me, is Nuremberg 2.0, nothing else will do, okay? I want to see everyone involved in this from top to bottom swinging. I want to see them swinging. I don't care who people thinks what, alright? If you don't sort this out, they're going to do it again. And do it again, alright?
Needs to stop now!
Lads, some of us have been under out for the last few years, and now that we've taken an awful lot of hits off this government, and we paved the way and made it easier for other people to come after us, right? I take action off these every day of the week. Everything I do is for my family, and for my children, and for their children, alright? And for their God-given birthright, okay? And say one more thing, and always remember it, there's not a guard, there's not a judge, there's not a politician above you in this world. The only one above you in this world is God, alright? I got to leave you on this, lads, right? That absolute scumbag traitor. You must be embarrassed for yourselves that he's from Cork, that Micheál Martin, right? I'm going to say the word to you, Micheál, right? You call us mongrels. We haven't even shown you a fucking teeth yet. We don't expose you. Just one more thing, that's before I go. My mother-in-law's down there, Teresa. She's one of my best supporters. She's absolutely right. This whole movement is based on love, right? It's based on love of country, God, family, children, and their futures. That's it. Alright? There's no hate here. Okay? And one more thing is, my wife's birthday tomorrow. Would you do us a face? She's gonna kill me when I go home, right? We do all those things already. I wouldn't be anywhere in my life only.